How did I expose my gold digger fiancé and my fake best friend on the exact same day? Honestly, this was the pettiest thing I've ever done, but I don't regret a single second of it. 3 months ago, I sold my tech startup for $8 million. I signed the NDAs, saw the commas hit my Chase account, and just stared at my phone. But instead of popping champagne, my stomach dropped. See, my fiancé, Lexi, and my best friend Tyler loved my money way more than they loved me. I paid for Lexi's Mercedes. Tyler lived rent-free in my guest house. I was basically their personal bank account. So I decided to run a little test. I came home looking absolutely destroyed. I told them the buyout fell through, the company went bankrupt, and I was being sued for $2 million. I told them I was completely wiped out. I made it look so real. I sold my watch. I started eating instant ramen. I even drove for Uber on the weekends just to sell the lie. Yeah, the reactions were brutal. Within 48 hours, Lexi packed her bags. She said she couldn't handle the negative energy and needed space for her mental health. Tyler, he literally ghosted me. This dude, who I've known since middle school, texted me saying he couldn't be associated with a sinking ship. But that wasn't even the worst part. While the people closest to me bailed, complete strangers stepped up. My barber, Dave, refused to let me pay for my cuts. He just tapped my shoulder and said, "You'll bounce back, kid." The barista at my local drive-thru, Maya, started slipping free breakfast sandwiches into my bag. Even my elderly neighbor, Mrs. Gable, who I barely spoke to, left casseroles on my porch with sticky notes saying, "Keep fighting." After a month of total silence from Lexi and Tyler, I was done playing games. I invited them both to a high-end steakhouse downtown. They actually showed up together. Turns out, they'd been hooking up behind my back the whole time. Lexi smirked across the table and asked how I was going to afford the appetizers. That's when I dropped the bomb. I didn't say a word. I just slid my phone across the table. Open on the screen was my banking app, showing a casual $8.2 million balance. Lexi's face literally went ghost white. Tyler started stammering, suddenly sweating, trying to explain how he was just giving me space to figure things out. I just laughed. "I sold the company," I said. "And guess what? I just bought Mrs. Gable a new roof. I paid off Dave's barber shop. And Maya, her college loans are completely wiped out." Lexi actually tried to grab my hand, suddenly crying about how we could still make it work. I stood up, threw a 20 on the table to cover their tap water, and looked Tyler dead in the eye. "You have exactly 24 hours to get your stuff out of my guest house," I told him, before I bulldoze it. They thought they were abandoning a loser. Instead, they lost a millionaire.